Well, I'm down at my car wash to make a vacuum and new vending machine collection. It's been a few weeks since I was able to make a collection on these, so stick around. This could be a good one. So this is an 8-bay self-serve car wash with 8 vacuums as well. And I have a new vending machine that I just got up and running. Pay no mind to this big protective case here. It's ugly as ugly as can be, but there is a nice vending machine in there. Some drinks and some vending. This will be my first, probably real good collection from that, as I just got it up and running. So we'll start with the vacuums first. It's been a little bit overdue on collecting on these. If I don't collect this one in particular here, it will get jammed up with coin, and I can't even get this thing out if it's too full. But this is normally one of my better ones because this is a fragrance vacuum also. And believe it or not, people do use that quite a bit. And these next 3 vacuums are brand new and they work almost flawlessly. I just replaced these probably 5-6 months ago. Saved myself so much headache because the old ones were just always having problems. A couple stragglers back here. But all in all, these normally do 200 a piece, probably. Maybe 225 a month. The 3 that I replaced were, I think they were about $2,000 a piece. So the return is pretty decent. A lot of my competitors have free vacuums, which when I bought this place, the previous owner was charging $1 for 3 minutes. So I pretty much just left it where it was at. And the reason my competitors have free vacuums is because they have touchless automatics and they're trying to attract customers from the tunnel washes. But what I did in order to kind of circumvent that is have my touchless automatic spit out a token for 5 minutes on the vacuums. So not everybody gets the free vacuums. I tried it for a little while, and people are just really abusing the situation. The demographic around my area just came in here, vacuumed the cars, never even used the car wash. And so everybody else has to suffer, I suppose. It really doesn't cost much more to operate like that, free vacuums. It's just you're dealing with more wear and tear on your equipment and more trash, tons more trash. I suppose I would consider it if the business at my automatic was better. Just kind of look at it in terms of, well, if I'm doing a ton of business in my automatic, then it kind of makes up for your loss in revenue if you're not charging for the vacuums, but that hasn't been the case yet. I'm still trying to get business up at my automatic, so maybe one day. But for now, we're just spitting out a free token and charging for these. What's crazy is it's like, depending on what area you're in, depends on if they do that or not. I know a lot of other car wash owners in other areas charge for their vacuums. So, unfortunately, I'm just kind of in an area where other owners have decided to make them free. I don't think I'm losing out on a ton of business currently because the next wash is like 5 miles away, but it does have free vacuums. About 4 months ago it didn't, but it got bought out by another local owner, and he made them free. So this is a pretty good haul. As a business owner, you just kind of have to try to make the best decision for your business. And right now, that is charging for these vacuums. Yeah, you can see these are some of my older vacuums. At one point in time, apparently they had bill acceptors on these, and I assume what happened is they got broken into, or they broke and the previous owner just didn't put them back in. I don't think there's a need to have a bill acceptor on my vacuums because I have a bill changer up front. Made a video the other day about my automatic not having any customers. I had like one customer, like maybe it was 1 in the afternoon. I'd only had one customer. And then by the end of the day, I had 22, which was pretty awesome. I don't even normally have that many customers a day on the dang thing. Probably average about 12 customers a day. You can see someone's in there now. Yep, this is where all the tokens for the automatic come apparently. And those are a real pain in the butt to separate out, unfortunately. All right, let's get this inside, swap buckets, and grab the vending. Let's swap it out for this baby bucket here. Yeah, so this vending machine we're about to collect on, I sort of got it for free. It was given to me in a trade for my old automatic. And these things are about $8,000 brand new, so not a bad trade considering I probably only could have got $5,000 for my old automatic. And this cage was actually here when I bought the place, and it had an old vending machine in it, which I actually can use for parts, but it just didn't work. But the plan is to paint this cage red and put some nice lettering on it. Vending cold drinks, because it hadn't been here in so long that I don't think people necessarily even know it's working yet. But this will be my first full month of revenue on this thing. And some of the chamois have sold. Some of these Febreze have sold. And a few other items. Oh, nice. That is nice. I collected this once already a month ago, and there was not that much in there. So that is looking really good. No coin. Mostly cash and credit. Awesome. I did have a problem with people putting tokens in here. That's probably why the quarters are not even full. I didn't even check. I probably should have checked that. People were putting tokens in because they get them from my car wash, and they think that they can use them in the vending machine. So I have to put a sign up that says no tokens, but it jams up the coin acceptor. So that is a bit of a problem. Now, let's grab my little trees. Some people suggested to put some little trees in there, but I've already got this vending machine, so I haven't really done it yet. I probably should, just to take up the space in the vending machine. Boy, it's a hot one. I'm pretty sure everyone can relate, no matter where you're at in the country. It feels like August in July. Almost out. Yeah, not really going to get rich on this here. So we're out of black ice and Caribbean colada. Two of my best sellers. Black ice is typically your best seller on these little trees. This here is a nice little anti-theft device. So they can't actually cut the bolts, because what they do is they come up here with bolt cutters and they just cut the locks off. Let's get this inside, count it up. I think we just go ahead and count this cash right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 56, 57, 58, 58.
68, 73. So $73 from the vending machine, and that doesn't count the credit. So what I love about these NIAX machines is you can actually go and look at each individual card reader. I have these all set up where they tell me which bay it's in, and of course my vending machine here. So 11.25 in vends in the last 30 days. I could even go in here and program all of the items that I have by location, and it would tell me if they're getting low. So something I haven't done yet. I'm not used to that because you don't need that for your self-serve bays. Obviously, you don't need that function. So inventory is something I'm going to try to add to this so I can see what I'm running out of. It'll help me order these and get them restocked much quicker. Let's count up this coin. Okay, this is strictly from my little trees. I pay about 60 cents for these, and I sell them for $1.25. Go ahead and pick these out. Okay, so $16.75. It's actually $18.75. I can't remember when the last time I collected that is, but yeah, you're not going to get rich on these little trees. Neither are you on the vending. It's more a convenience for the customer. Okay, now the challenging part. As I said, I dispense tokens for my automatic, and they are the exact same size as quarters. So separating those out is quite a challenge. I'm going to go ahead and separate those out off camera because I think I have to hand pick those. I'll skip ahead to counting the quarters. Okay, so there's $587 counted from the tokens. That means that people came up, they used the bill changer, and $587 of what's in my bill changer went to the vacuums. So sometimes I track this number to see how much I've made on the vacuum specifically every month. I don't always do it, but in case you're wondering at the end of this video how much the vacuums actually made, we need to add this in. Now, I've got these separated, and if you're confused as to why I have 3 types of tokens here, it is because my main tokens are high security tokens that cost 50 cents. They're very expensive, and they work on the vacuums and they work on the self-serve bay. I wanted to get a cheap token that I could spit out at my automatic that they could only use on the vacuums. I have these programmed only to work on the vacuums. These will not work in my self-serve bays. I do not want people to come up here with Chuck E. Cheese tokens, which is essentially what they are, and be able to use my self-serve bays. But I don't mind, however, if they have these and use the vacuums. Whatever, they're still stealing from me essentially, but it doesn't cost me a lot of money. So these are very, very cheap, 15 cents or something like that. And so if these don't ever get used, which a lot of automatic customers don't, then I am not out a whole bunch of money. But the problem I'm having with these is these are almost exactly the same size as a quarter. So this machine will not separate out these from these like it will these from these. These are very large. So I'm having to go in and pluck these out one by one. So I need a solution. If anyone's got any suggestions, drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. Okay, so I think I got most of these plucked out. Let's count up these quarters. 2,502 quarters. So since I suck at math, 2,502 quarters divided by 4, $625.50 plus, what was that, $587, if my memory serves me right. So $1,212. This is about 3 weeks worth of vacuum revenue, and it was pretty rainy, so it's not the busiest of months. So if you watched my last video, which was an end of month video where I tallied up all the gross revenue and the expenses to see what my profit is, you know that I didn't collect these vacuums. So this is actually income that was supposed to be included last month. We came out to a total of $19,500-ish. So this puts me at the $20,000 mark, which I was really hoping. I went and double checked. Last year's numbers were $19,347. So we beat that mark by just a little bit, which is awesome. But I'm going to just add this into the total for this current month because it doesn't matter at the end of the year, you know, what each month made. It matters what your total year's gross revenue is for a car wash. And I guess we can tally in the numbers from the vending machines as well, which brings our total for this month to $710.50. Now all I've got to do is bag this up and get it to the bank. So if you've ever wanted to own a cash business, I highly recommend self-serve car washes. They can be highly lucrative, and speaking from my own experience, they're really not that difficult to run. I purchased this 2 years ago and completely redid everything. This looks old, but most of the equipment on this stand has been replaced. The main daily things you have to do at a self-serve car wash is check your soaps. This salt is for the water softener. You have to make sure it has salt in it so it can clean out your filters here. And mainly just making small repairs. As long as you have good equipment that is not old and broken down, there's not a lot to it. I installed all of these myself, ran all new lines, replumbed this whole thing. It looks very intimidating, but honestly, when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, it's really not. A couple solenoids, a couple valves, a pump, a motor, and that's it. And after 2 years of ownership, I'm on track to do $300,000 this year, and my net will probably be at least $120,000. Last year it was $140,000 and I had a ton of repairs. This year I have a lot of upgrades. So with the growth in business, I'm confident I can still pull off doing at least $120,000. Now that is basically a job. You know, this isn't the type of business that you purchase and sit back and collect the money. You would work less than a 40-hour work week or normal 9-to-5 job owning one of these, but it is still a job. So if you're looking at cash businesses like laundromats and car washes, just keep that in mind. Don't think that you can purchase one of these and step back and everything will run itself. Food for thought, all of the dumpy car washes in my area have an out-of-state owner. That should tell you something. Anyways, we'll do a cash collection from the self-serve bays and the automatic on the next video. You got any questions, comments about cash businesses, car wash, real estate? Drop it in the comments down below. See you on the next one.